What's up guys, Romsicle here, back with another video, and this is the $120 Razer Huntsman Mini, a 60% mechanical keyboard that's available in Razer's own clicky optical switches or linear optical switches. And this is the $45 Kludge RK61, a well-known budget 60% Bluetooth mechanical keyboard that's available in clicky blues, non-clicky tactile browns, and linear red switches. So is the Razer Huntsman Mini worth the money that you're spending, or should you just go for a budget RK61? Let's find out. Starting off with the design, the Razer Huntsman Mini has an interesting low-profile case with these contours on the bottom. It is made with a textured plastic, so it is grippy when you hold onto it. You have a very subtle Razer logo at the front, and Razer's slogan all embossed at the bottom, which is kind of cool. We have 4 square rubber feet on the bottom, and the dual angle kickstand feet. You can either have a 6-degree angle or a 9-degree angle with a soft touch plastic on the edges for traction. They're nice and snappy with little to no wobble, which is good, and on the backside we have your recessed USB-C port that can easily fit any of your cables. As for the RK61, it has a basic high-profile case made of a smooth matte plastic. It does have a nice glossy trim on the edge, and the logo is only seen at the front of the case. On the bottom you have your 4 large rubber feet and a power switch in the middle since it is a Bluetooth keyboard, and we have the recessed USB-C port on the back as well. For the keycaps, both are double-shot PBT OEM profile keycaps with an LED window. Razer's translucent mold has a more natural color, while the RK61 has a yellowish color. Razer's keycaps have a cooler color temperature because it is a mercury white color tone, while the RK61 has a more neutral white. Surprisingly, Razer uses thickened keycaps, and they're more textured so that you can see and feel the difference. This means a more satisfying thock when bottoming out, and an overall deeper typing tone. For the interior, both keyboards have a painted aluminum plate as their base. The RK61 uses cherry-styled stabilizers, while Razer uses its own branded stabilizers that are just a tad more rattly than the RK61. For the switches, the Huntsman uses Razer's optical switches, a laser-based switch with a stabilizing bar. The clicky switch needs 45 grams of actuation force at a distance of 1.5 millimeters, while linear switches need 40 grams of actuation force at a 1 millimeter distance, so speed is clearly their main priority. They're also rated for 100 million keystrokes, which is twice the amount of your average mechanical switch. The RK61 on the other hand used to use KO switches, but now uses their own RK switches. But there's literally no information on them, so I'll just show the KO switch specs. The RK Brown switches, however, do have an actuation force of 60 grams, so I assume the RK switches are just a heavier version of all these KO switches. For the sound test, I'm going to show you guys what the RK Browns sound like, then the clicky optical switches, and then use someone else's clip of the RK Blue switches. The typing experience on the Razer Huntsman Mini is just sad. As I mentioned before, Razer's proprietary laser switches all have a stabilizing bar, so that means extra rattle with this keyboard. And not only that, you're also getting a lot of ping after every single key press, and it's just crazy. So you didn't think clicky switches were loud enough for you? Well damn, here's a keyboard with extra ping and extra rattle just for you. The rattle and the ping are all prevalent in all the new Razer keyboards that have the new optical switches, and the typing experience is just so sad. But this is coming from someone who lubes their switches and stabilizers for the most optimal typing sound. The RK61 on the other hand uses traditional mechanical switches, and the only rattle that you will hear is coming from the spacebar and the modifier keys, but even then you can't really hear it that much. The typing experience is also pretty similar to the Razer Huntsman Mini, and there's also a little bit of ping, But if the ping on the Razer Huntsman Mini was at 100, this would be at like a level 10 or a level 20. I did also come across a very annoying spacebar that didn't have consistent sound all the way through, but the overall typing experience, the RK61 definitely wins in my books. And I don't care if Razer has twice the keystroke lifespan of your average mechanical switch, I am not typing with all that extra noise. As for lighting, both these keyboards do have RGB lighting, which is great, but one is definitely better than the other. The Huntsman Mini has really bright PCB mounted LEDs, but it has a diffuser at the top of the switch for better light production. The RK61, however, only has regular PCB mounted LEDs and has to shine all the way to the top of the keycap. And that's why Razer's keyboards always look so damn good and bright with their LEDs, even under bright lights. Both keyboards have onboard profiles for their effects. Razer gives you 6 effects that you can change immediately, but the RK61 allows you to change everything through the board. It has 19 lighting effects, 8 colors with a rainbow variant for each, and 5 speeds. The Huntsman Mini requires you to download Razer Synapse 3.0 to further customize your lighting profiles because it's completely custom and they have way more lighting options available. The RK61 also has a software hidden somewhere in the internet, but it's completely redundant since you can do everything on the board. For your extra features, the Razer Huntsman allows for on-the-fly macro recording without the software, and has a ton of extra secondary features that also light up when the function key is pressed. The RK61 has fewer secondary features, but it is a Bluetooth keyboard and can be paired up to 3 separate devices at once. By holding the function key and either of these 3 buttons, you can pair to a device, and whenever you want to change to another device, you just have to press the function key and the corresponding number to your device, and you're good to go. Connectivity is super fast and stable, so if you're looking for a cheap, reliable mechanical Bluetooth keyboard, this is it. For some reason, the Huntsman Mini comes out of the box as a 6-key rollover, and it only becomes N-key when you connect it to Synapse. While on the RK61, out of the box, whether it's a Bluetooth connection or a wired connection, it's got N-key rollover, which is awesome. The Huntsman Mini is an easier keyboard to clean thanks to its low profile design, and you'll have a better time gaming in the dark thanks to its super bright LEDs. And finally, if you're tech savvy, the RK61 is very easy to open up because it's only held on by these 4 screws on the back here. Then you can resolder your switches and lube your stabilizers if you want to. So let's talk about the biggest differences in usage, and we're going to be talking about the arrow keys. When you take a look at a 60% keyboard, you might not think that there are arrow keys, but there actually are because they're hidden as secondary features. With the RK61, it shows you how it's implemented in all other custom 60-key PCB keyboards, with the function key at the very corner. And the arrow keys are well placed right beside the function key, and it's in the same position as it would normally be if you were using a 10-keyless board or a full-size keyboard on the bottom right of your keyboard. And it's very easy to use. You just have to use your pinky, which isn't doing anything anyways, and use the same fingers to access the arrow keys. And as for the Razer keyboard, since the function key is right in the middle over here and the arrow keys have been placed over here, it's very awkward to use. The top arrow isn't directly above the bottom arrow, it's a little slanted to the left just because how the keys are. And take a look at this. Would you rather be gaming with your arrow keys like this, with such a weird angle, or would you rather have it like this? That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's just a poor implementation of where the arrow keys could have been. Had they just used the default 60-key layouts like on the RK61, this wouldn't be an issue. And if you're gaming with arrow keys a lot, this is definitely not the keyboard for you. So the conclusion is this. On paper, the Razer Huntsman Mini seems like the clear winner, with faster switches, longer key press lifetime, insane custom RGB effects, better quality keycaps, and comes with a braided cable. But the usability experience shows a different result. The RK61 has a better typing experience thanks to less ping and less rattle. You have better arrow key navigation. You've got complete RGB control without a software. You've got Bluetooth connectivity of up to 3 devices at once. And it's $75 cheaper than the Razer Huntsman Mini. So what do you guys think? Is the Razer Huntsman Mini worth the money that you're paying for? Is the quality really there for you to spend the extra $75 over the RK61? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.